Hey guys, about 3 hours ago, I went to a class, my Slimming World class, and the first thing someone said when I went in was that a guy has been arrested for what they're calling the murder of, even though they haven't found her body yet, a woman who went missing in a nearby town to mine in March 2017, so 6.5 years ago. Now, I'm just going to say Tina S. I don't want to put her full name up on YouTube and people tormenting me about how bad this is, pulling cards on it when they don't know if she's dead or alive or not. It's been widely thought since day one that was her husband. This woman was 44. She was a good looking blonde woman. When I did this reading a while ago, I had a photograph of her from Google up on my phone just to kind of get in the energy of her, and she looked like a very nice, smiley, chatty woman who got on with everyone, went out, had a laugh, flirted with fellas, they bought her drinks, that kind of thing. But nothing, nothing bad, nothing to say that she was going off cheating on the husband or anything. I don't remember anything about the case, to be honest with you, because there wasn't a massive amount about it since. Just every now and again, they'd have a new theory and a place to search and whatnot, but nothing ever came up. But I do remember how everyone else, as well as myself, thought the husband was very weird, odd looking, suspiciously acting, that kind of stuff. So we don't know who's been arrested, but again, everyone is saying, oh my God, I bet it's the husband. Now, there is loads online articles in the last couple of hours. I haven't opened any of them because I don't want to read what they've come out with yet. I immediately thought at the class earlier, oh my God, I must pull some cards. And as soon as I got home about 8:30, I got a text from a very good friend of mine saying, I have this nagging feeling in my head that you should pull some of your true crime cards. And I was like, oh my God, me too. So she gave me some questions to ask. And even though I was trying to use cards that were falling out, but every now and again I had to actually cut the deck and pick some. So I'm just going to go through them with you. So I asked, did she die? And I got lost, life insurance or inheritance, and party or social gathering. Now, this says to me that as of yet, she's lost, i.e. missing, because they haven't found the body. But what my mother did tell me on the phone when I got home, and I stopped her right after she said this because I was like, no, I'm pulling cards later, don't tell me anymore. So apparently a lot of renovation work has been done in the house recently, and a new patio was laid down. And they're digging up the patio in the garden because they've come to the conclusion somehow, for whatever reason, that might be where she's buried. So let's have a look through my cards. So I didn't open any articles because I didn't want to get any further information before doing my own reading. So how did she die? Or sorry, did she die? So far all we know is that she's lost. I do feel like that the life insurance card means that this guy was thinking that he was going to make money from it somehow. I have suffocation here. So the question, how did she die? Suffocation. I do believe the motive is jealousy because, like I said, this woman did look like someone who went out, enjoyed chatting to people and having fellas flirting with her and buying her drinks, and she did no harm. But I do feel like he was the stalker. He was watching her, was jealous, and decided he'd try to blackmail her first. Over here we have, so I have local, which would suggest that yes, her body is local, that she's not been buried anywhere miles away or anything obscure like that, that she is local, and how much more local could you get than the back garden, in fairness. Circumstantial evidence I have, which would be something like, say, if he reported her missing, say, from 6:30 that evening, but neighbours said that he was at home at 6. So the circumstantial evidence will be that, well, people saw him at home, so he must know where she went or whatever, I do have abducted or kidnapped, and I have lured over here. Now, I did ask, was it someone close to her? And I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and I was getting nothing. But eventually I just cut the deck and got man. Now, that doesn't suggest obviously that it's the husband, but I do think he was the jealous stalker. So a man who lured her somewhere and kidnapped her. Again, I do believe entertainment purposes only, my thoughts about the situation, blah blah blah, in case YouTube gets odd. Oh, sorry, I also do have hired help. So it could be that the husband, man, had hired help to lure her somewhere and kidnap her. At which point he tried to blackmail her. And when that didn't go to plan, he suffocated her. I also have cell phones, so that would say to me in this situation that they must have found something on a phone to incriminate someone, or something on her phone that would show that she was being followed or watched or whatever. Now, 2 cards that fell out while I was shuffling, both at separate times, were unloved, unwanted, and baby. Now, the unloved, unwanted card is a woman holding a pregnancy test, but that could be anyone who was feeling unloved or unwanted. It doesn't mean that it is the baby. But because the baby card came out too, maybe she was pregnant, possibly the husband, more than likely the husband's, and maybe because he was jealous of her chatting to other men, that he thought it belonged to someone else. Okay, just a theory, just because they fell out while I was shuffling as well. Bones came out. Sorry, we do have private property, which would suggest the house, which would tie in with the patio being dug up. So I do believe she's there. But I have bones, so that would suggest to me that only bones will be found, because with the arson card as well, it would suggest that maybe he did this, unfortunately, and just buried bones, Timeline. So I asked for a time frame, and the actual card timeline came out. Now, the timeline card shows a month, so days came to my mind. Now the pen is pointing at the 2, and on the clock we have 10 o'clock. Okay, so what came to me was 2 to 10 days. So that could be the fact that maybe she was kidnapped for 2 to 10 days, and then suffocated because she wasn't playing ball or giving in to the blackmail or extortion or that kind of thing, So did she die? I do believe she did. I do believe her bones are buried under the patio where I was told they're digging up on the private property at home, which would tie in with the local card. I do believe that there was some sort of circumstantial evidence came out somewhere with someone, possibly on a cell phone, that proved this. I do feel, like I said, I was looking at a photograph of her on Google while pulling cards, and she does look like a very nice, chatty, good-looking blonde-haired woman. And as I'm talking about her, it stopped. The candle, the flame was going crazy there. She was a very good-looking woman, and I just got creepy vibes about the husband way back That's all I remember about him, is just everyone thought he was weird and creepy and up to something. And there's the candle going mad now to tell me that that's right. So some hired help, possibly, for the husband, lured her somewhere and kidnapped her. And after suffocating her, burned the body, buried the bones. The party or social gathering there was just like, I can't remember if she went missing from a party or if there was a party just before she went missing that she was at, or anything like that, but that just kind of suggested to me that she was someone who liked to go out and enjoy herself, you know. And him being the weirdo that everyone thought he was, obviously didn't, and he was jealous of her doing it, you know. So I'm going to wrap it up there because I have all the questions answered. So did she die? How did she die? Where did she die? Locally. Accidental or intention? Definitely definitely intentional, because we have the suffocation card. And then of course the burning of the body and burying of bones would all be intentional too. Time frame 2 to 10 days after she disappeared. Yes, the flame has gone mad as I said that. I love it. Someone close to her, yes. Now I'm only taking that from the man card, but I do believe it's the husband. Is it the husband, Tina? Show me in the flames. Make it go crazy. Yeah. It's going a bit extra there, look. And the motive, jealousy, right there in the very heart of the reading. Jealousy. So that's my reading on Tina S. If anyone, Heather in particular, would like to pull a few cards on this, Heather's in America. Heather is obsessed with true crime just like me. So obviously, oh my god, look, the candle is going nuts. Obviously, she knows nothing whatsoever about this case, but if you want to look up anything about it, Heather, let me know. I can send you a link. You can do a little bit of reading and pull some cards and see what you think. So that's my reading on Tina S. Let me know what you think, guys. The guy who's been arrested is being held in the Garda station in my hometown. I don't know if I said that. So that's kind of crazy because where she lived isn't far from here anyway. It's maybe 30 to 40 minutes maximum. So that's my reading, guys. Let me know. Thanks. Bye.